Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Bloody Bunch. Welcome to the Bloody Bunch podcast number 42. Today, with me, Balfour, and I have two special guests with us today. I have Baltazar.
What's up, guys?
And Becky.
Hey!
So it's been a while since we recorded an episode, and as you know, there's always some type of hiatus that we run on, but we're back with this episode. So, Baltazar, tell us a little bit about yourself. Who are you? How do I know you? What do you do? What do you do for fun? What do you like?
What do you like? Well, I met Balfour in Desert View High School. Cool story about that. Since we both have like the BAL in our the first letters of our first name, everybody kept getting us mixed up
all the time.
Yeah,
all the time.
Like I'll get people like, "Yeah, yo, Balfour." I'm like, "Who?" They're like, "Oh shit, Baltazar. How are you doing?"
And vice versa, I'd get the same thing too. Everyone's like Baltazar. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah. Until we met, I met Balfour. The first time I saw him was at a high school dance, and we're just like, Balfour, Balfour, Baltazar. I'm like,
dude, was that was my sophomore year, right? That was when when I was in my.
You were dressed really rockerish.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always have, but my trip pants and yeah, and I had a bunch of glow stuff on me. Yeah, okay, I remember that. There's a lot of pictures of that in high school that are on my old Facebook.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Other than that, so we've been together in high school. Now I'm a undergrad, starting at the University of Arizona next semester. Not right now, but next semester I will start. I work at Pima Community College as a math tutor. I'm a huge mathematics guy. And
what are you studying? Tell everyone what you're studying.
I'm studying mechanical engineering, so that's why I've gone through all the math, a lot of the math. All I see is just numbers right now when I go to school. And for free time, hobby wise, I'm getting into construction, do yourself projects. And also, I'm a part-time streamer whenever I have the chance. Right now, no streaming, bad internet, getting internet back again within a few weeks. That's it.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Once you get your internet back up and running, hopefully you and I can do a couple of things. Because speaking of streaming, I'm going to take it away from you for a little bit.
Yeah.
My new Twitch schedule is now going to be official. It's going to be set in stone now. Tuesday through Thursday, I'll be streaming Destiny content from 6 to 9 every night. There'll be some games that aren't Destiny. For instance, when Kingdom Hearts comes out on release, I'm going to be streaming that, definitely. But at least for the time being, Tuesday through Thursday will always be a type of Destiny stream, whether it be Destiny 1 or Destiny 2, if I'm running some of my friends through the storyline, or if we're just dicking around and stuff like that. So I'll be doing that with this new schedule that's coming out. And if you're listening to this when the podcast comes out, then tune in tonight at 6 p.m. for some Destiny 2 stuff.
Ooh.
Yeah. But Becky, how do I know you? Who are you? What do you do? All that jazz.
You know me from high school as well. You went to high school with two other of my siblings.
Dude, I forget about your brother sometimes. Yeah, Kenny.
Would you believe that you're not the first person who's told me that?
I feel so bad though.
In the last week.
Ooh. Kenny, you're a great guy. You're nice. You're super chill, and that's why we forgot about you.
I work full-time, go to school full-time, and I'm a parent full-time. I work as an executive assistant to a CEO of a multi-million-dollar tech company. I'm currently going to school to be a real estate broker. And then, I'm a parent. That's what I do on my free time.
Woo!
It's not much.
Dang.
Yeah, that's...
Full-time on a lot of things right there.
Yeah.
Well, that was like you when you were working full-time and then going to school for full-time.
Yeah.
And then you just said, fuck it.
No, yeah, that was horrible. I couldn't do it. I'm sorry. I left my job this past January at competitive engineering just because they said it's either full time or no time, and I'm just like, nah, school is just too important, and I'm just like, no time. I'm sorry. And then that's how I found a a job at Pima Community College. I just went into the tutoring center. I'm like, yo, I know a lot of math. Can I tutor like for you guys? And they're like, well, what? Like, how much of the math have you completed? I'm like, all of Calc and DFQ. And they're like, all right, you're in.
Yep. Baltazar's like, I have the resume, assholes. Hire me. But no, that's cool. I think it's awesome. I mean, I know a lot of you guys have heard us talk about schooling and junk like that. But Baltazar is definitely one of my few friends who takes schooling seriously, and that's one of my favorite aspects about him. Because as you guys know, I'm not a great student. I know things and I can do things, but I'm not good at school.
He's ambitious.
Yes, school is hard. But yeah, no. So I know it's been a long time. There's been a lot of things going on in my life. I actually just came back from a month-long trip in Australia. As the listeners know, Lauren, my girlfriend, I went to go visit her for a month, and that was amazing. Australia is definitely a place, if you guys have never gone to, definitely go.
To go.
Yeah. Granted, all I saw was Perth, like far Western Australia. But goddamn, like the country itself is really cool. I know I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but one of my favorite things is like when you go to the store and stuff, if it's posted for a certain amount, you pay that amount.
All right.
Like they already deal with the taxes and stuff.
Oh,
and
it's
stuff
already
like
included
that.
in
You
that
don't
price.
have to
Oh,
worry about calculating.
Oh, yeah,
that's right.
nice.
So exciting.
You don't have to multiply by 0.8%.
Based on what region you're in.
Yeah.
That's one of my things that I hate about this. But here's a $10 bill that I keep because I love the $10 because it's so pretty. Their currency is gorgeous.
See.
Oh, it's blue. No wonder.
Of course.
Okay.
I gotta keep it.
That is fancy.
You know what? I do like have a lot of international friends, and they do talk a lot of shit about how our currency looks
It
like.
looks like shit.
Yeah, they're like, it looks the same. Every single one looks the same.
Yep.
They have ugly faces on it.
That was one of my
apparently.
favorite things. There was like a group of people who came to the store the other day, and like I saw them pulling out like regular money, and then I saw that they had the like $10 bill and the $10 note and $5 note, and I was like, hey, I love that currency, and they're just like, yeah, Americans are stupid. Like, you guys have no creativity. All you guys do is put old people in the center and make it green. And I was like, damn.
Green and dirty.
Yep.
Like, hey, I like your style. I hate your style back at home.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's all good. I wish that, because like even like the $100 bill got like a update to it. Like even that looks better than the old one.
Yeah. Even they talk a lot of like crap about our coin, especially our coins, because they're like they don't understand why. I don't even understand why the nickel is worth more. I mean, it's worth less than the dime. Why is the dime
smaller
worth more than the penny? Because of the size. And then they say that their coins are like more heftier. They like to like throw it. Yeah.
Well, I'll say that about like the Australian coins and stuff like that, because like the Australian coins, you have like 10 cents, 20 cents, 50 cents, a $1 coin, and a $2 coin. And they're nice and thick, so I totally understand what they mean. So you can just literally like toss it at someone and like deck them in the head and pass it out. But they're really pretty coins though.
Yeah.
I'd get them, but I think they're somewhere in my bag. As you can tell, I still haven't put them back.
That's cool. I do like how the quarters are changing. They look nicer, but
Are they?
Are they?
like no. Well, I mean, the face looks
This
the
is
same,
news
but the
to me.
tail always looks different to me. Like
yeah.
it's never.
No, I gotcha.
It's never. I forgot what it used to be back then.
Well, it always used to be an eagle.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
used to be
okay.
an eagle, and then it was by state.
Yeah, I remember that was a big thing where like it was like the state coin.
Yeah.
Did Arizona have one? I can't remember.
Yeah, they did,
Oh,
but
did every
it
single one
wasn't
of them?
like they released all 50 all at once.
Yeah, it was like
You know,
periodically.
Yeah,
right?
periodically
Yeah.
they would release more.
What did the Arizona one have?
I thought it had this flag, the star,
Yeah,
and the flag.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's just what I thought it was.
I just remember that they came out with those, and everyone's like, "Oh!" Like all the coin collectors went crazy.
yeah.
Obviously, because they're like, "Yeah, this looks amazing." But I don't know. What new movies have you guys seen? I know we talk a lot about entertainment in general. So like either movies, TV shows. You guys been watching anything?
I mean, I know a lot of people have watched Infinity War, but the one,
yeah,
another movie that stuck with me a lot, and I fell in love with was like, fix me if I'm wrong. Is it called Ready Player One?
Ready Player One.
That one I fell in love
Yes.
with. I was like,
I liked that movie way more than I liked the book.
Yeah.
I've read the book about 2 times, and I think the book is interesting. I mean, obviously it's the foundation of the movie, but there's a lot of stuff in the book where I'm just like, you're just jerking off like stuff from the 80s. Like that's all that is.
References.
Yeah, that's all it is.
Yeah.
And at least from a story point of view, it just gets boring after a while.
Yeah.
I love the movie because at least it hit all of the points of the book. They changed a lot of stuff, but at least it hit the major points of the book and it made it entertaining. And I think that's what really kept me.
But they also hit them in a fashion to where you didn't get bored with each point.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it carried itself through.
I really liked it. There's so many Easter eggs in that movie too.
Dude, there's like hundreds.
Oh, I can't even imagine the licensing.
So actually,
so
because my aunt's a lawyer and she and I are actually talking about this, in terms of licensing the stuff, they actually had it better because it was a Universal picture.
Oh,
I think it was Universal. So because it was through Universal, Universal owns like every music right ever.
Mm-hmm.
That's over exaggeration, but they own a lot of music.
Yeah.
They also own a lot of different products.
Okay.
The only thing that I know that they had issues initially with licensing was the Iron Giant, and
I bet.
Yeah.
That was
there was one other that they had an issue with, and that's mainly because they used it in their promotional stuff. So using things in a promotional way is actually more expensive in terms of licensing because you're using it.
It's constant.
Constantly.
Yeah.
But in terms of licensing and like all the individual characters, they got the better end of the deal because I believe they only had a license out of 3 different production companies, and they still were able to come out on top based on how much money it made.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it was a good idea for them to take a chance and license all that stuff because damn, that movie was good. It was totally worth it too.
Yeah.
I know so many gamers who are like, that was the fucking scene with all the Master Chiefs.
Yes, that's my favorite.
That was so cool.
Oh, it's just like you see, like I think 6 up to 10. I don't know how many, but it was just like the part where like my heart dropped, and I'm just like I fangirled out in the movie theater for that. But because everybody else in the movie theater, like they were there for their own specific characters, I think. Like some people were there for Overwatch, some people were there for like Sonic.
Oh yeah, in terms of like what they saw in the promotional stuff, they're like, yeah, we want to see these characters on screen.
Yeah, I was not expecing like all those Master Chiefs there.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of stuff I wasn't like the freaking what are they called, the Battletoads. They also make a small cameo too.
Yeah.
Like that was, I don't know. It's a really cool movie. If you guys haven't seen it, I definitely recommend giving it a watch.
There's a spoiler alert on there too. I could try to not make it a spoiler. It's like one of those classic games.
It's been out for a while.
Okay. It's like
if you haven't seen it, it's your last.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when they have to play that last game, like retro, like 80s game, and they're trying.
I can't remember the name of the game.
But I can't remember. But it had like
Adventure. It's called Adventure.
Yeah, and reality, that game Adventure does have that one
Easter egg
at the very end. And it's really cool that they reference that because, and how they kind of incorporated it in the movie because, like back then, people who developed the video games, like they never got credit for it.
Oh yeah, no.
They never like had their names displayed in credit scenes or whatever. So I'm not sure if it was a game director or whoever it was.
I believe it was not the director, but the programmer of the game.
Oh, okay.
I believe it was the programmer of the game who programmed that secret Easter egg.
Yeah.
And it says like by so and so.
Yeah. And I thought that was cool. And I forgot why it was such a big deal or big thing in the movie, but
I mean it's not even just in the movie, but just in general in terms of like gaming and stuff like that. It's a huge deal because for people who grew up even playing like the Super Nintendo and stuff like that, Easter eggs are a huge part of when you would play games.
Yeah.
Because you would only typically get one game for like 8 months. So you just play the hell out of that game until you broke it or found an Easter egg, and it's like, hey, this is kind of cool, like a little like homage to something. So the ending of the movie, end of the book, is like it's giving that recollection of this is where we come from in terms of what we have now. So I think that's a really good way to wrap that story all together.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, I like that movie.
It's a good movie. I honestly, I liked it a lot more than I thought it was. Because I went in with low expectations, man.
Really?
I went in with going like, this is just going to throw every reference in your face and it's going to be annoying. But it was actually really entertaining.
Yeah, because I even thought like this will be cool, but I don't think it will be like amazing. And then I don't know. It even hit me like there was things, not emotionally, but like I love the point where like you can make good friends online. You know, you can meet like really cool people online, but also like don't forget that there's real life, of course.
Yeah. I think that was a very cool lesson in the movie.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of people don't understand that. I think it was also really good for like older generations to kind of have a visualization of that, like seeing like relationships online are as real as in real life.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of parents deal with that, like with their kids being online, they think like they're just mind-numbingly being in front of entertainment, not really having social interactions and stuff like that. But in reality, they're actually being a lot more social. Yeah, they're being more social than they probably ever would be because they're on a platform where they feel comfortable.
They're also in their element.
Yeah, exactly.
Completely in their element.
Yeah. So. And on the flip side of that, I also think it's important for like kids to realize like, oh yeah, there are real life consequences, and like the person that you may perceive to be something isn't necessarily what you thought of before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So and I also just think it's important when you have friends online to be able to have that open communication of like who really are you, like what do you look like, and stuff like that. Granted, be safe because it's important to be safe, but also not everyone's a horrible human being. So
like even, dude, especially like during the weekends, it's either like go out to the bars and get some drinks with some buddies, have a good time, have fun. But there's just times where it's so much fun and just to stay in the house, get a party on Xbox or PlayStation, whatever, and play games with each other. Because you could either like go out, of course, drinking, or either you can fucking fight armies,
destroy shit,
be in missions, destroy shit.
Take all that anger from the week.
Yeah, exactly. Just put it in a video game. Well, that's coming from two dudes who just play video games. But Becky, what would you do in that sense? Like
on the weekends?
Yeah, like.
Well, normally, like I go out and find something new. Like this last weekend, what is that place called? Pinnacle Peak. Pinnacle Peak. Yeah.
So it's a local little like restaurant town thing.
It's like old western.
Yeah,
it's an old western town. But normally, we just go out and we find things in Arizona to do. Whether it be here in Tucson or Flagstaff or Prescott or whatever. That's normally what I do on the weekends because technically my job is 24/7. So I don't get the luxury of having a weekend, but I can do all of my job through my cell phone. So it's...
Yeah, so you have that benefit of if you really need to do something, you still have access to it.
Yeah. So.
Nice. There's a lot of stuff here in Tucson to do. I go to Tumamoc, not a lot, but like once every at least I try to go 3 times a week.
That's a hike, right?
Yeah,
I haven't been there since I got back.
There's a lot of
stuff. I'll say, and I know because I bitch about Tucson a lot in terms of like there not being stuff. There's a lot of nature stuff to do.
Yeah,
like, there's a lot of outdoor
activities.
Which is the reason why I shit on Tucson so much because I don't go outside.
Which is understandable because it's so damn hot out here.
It's so hot. I just came back from Australia where it was like 55 degrees. And the day I came back, it was like 105. And I'm like, fuck this. Like, give me back the Australian weather.
Well, I just moved back from Texas where you have 100-degree weather and almost 100% humidity.
Yeah, that's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang. No, I was about to be tangent a bit, but weather-wise, I love Tucson weather.
Do you?
Yeah, I really do.
You like the heat?
I love the dry heat. I can withstand it. I got used to it. I don't like humidity that much. Yeah, that's basically it. So
I actually don't mind humidity too much. I've been to Florida a couple of times, and like I was fine.
Yeah,
like I'm fine sweating it out. It's not a big deal to me. But like I don't know. I just dry heat. I feel like I'm just gonna die.
Yeah.
I'd say one thing I miss from Texas to here is Arizona thunderstorms.
Yeah. That's honestly that's something that nothing can beat.
Yeah.
I love monsoon season.
I love it.
It's so good.
one thing, I went to LA not too long ago. I went to LA, I think in the beginning of August.
It was that weekend, right, with your
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was me, my girlfriend, Gio and Alex. They went to some high school buddies of ours who are triplets, but there's only two of them that went with me on the trip.
Robert.
And Robert. Robert is stationed in Japan, by the way, for the military.
Oh, is he? Is that where he's stationed at right now?
Yeah. And so, like, salutes to him. So when I went to LA, it was cool. It's nice. We went, we saw Venice Beach. We saw the pier. We stayed at Long Beach. We saw the Walk of Fame, the Hollywood sign, and all that.
Dude, Hollywood's so overrated.
Yeah. It's what I was trying to get to is after going to LA is fine, it's great, it's awesome, but it made me appreciate a lot more of Tucson, just of space.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and it's also they're two very different lifestyles.
Yeah.
At least in LA, like LA is more of it's big city living is what it is.
Yeah.
Tucson isn't super small town, but it is a smaller city.
Yeah.
It's
growing.
Yeah, no, it's growing, but it is still very small.
Yeah. In comparison.
Yeah, in comparison to LA. Yeah, no, absolutely. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
For me, I'm the complete opposite. Like, give me LA any day. Like, I love living like that. I love being able to, like, I have to jump on the freeway to go, like, 20 minutes anywhere.
Yeah. Have you, speaking of which, have you ever heard of Flixbus?
Yeah.
Oh,
did you guys do it?
We did it. Me and my girlfriend and Gio and Alex did it, but they went, funny story, later on. But, so, like, we used Flixbus, and it was, like, literally per person, $20 round trip.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy cheap.
Yeah. And, like, good service, too. Like, they have plug-in ports, too, for, like, the long trip, you know. Reason why I always said funny story with Gio and Alex is because they were supposed to go a day after us. Mm. They did, but their bus was scheduled at 7:20 in the morning. And I kept calling them the day before, like, hey, get ready for your bus. I hope you guys
missed their bus.
They missed their bus. They woke up at 7. Their bus was supposed to leave at 7:20, which gives them enough time to do almost nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to say, like, there's no time at all.
And they told me, like, yo, dude, when we called them, like, hey, where are you guys at? It was, like, 3 o'clock already. And they said, oh, we're in Phoenix. I'm like,
you're like
why that? Like, how, why did it take you guys that long to get there? And they're like, we missed the bus. I'm like, really? Like, did you guys get, like, the next bus or, like, bought another ticket? Yeah. And they're like, nah, we slept right back.
Listen, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. I love you guys. Gio, Alex, I love you guys. You motherfuckers have no concept of time. Oh, my God.
Because on the way, so that's to get there. On the way back, to get back, Gio told me that it was Alex and another friend of them named Maritza. And, okay. Gio said that he was ready, but they weren't. And they got, like, an Uber last minute, and the bus already left. And they said that the Uber driver was chasing this bus, but it was just like, no.
Oh, my God. Listen. And that actually goes back to what we were talking about earlier. It's like, have a fucking plan.
Yeah.
Like, just have something planned and know where you're going to go.
Last minute trips are so much fun. But if you don't plan something, you're screwed. Yep.
Basically. And, guys, it's a bus, $20 tickets, I know, but, like, still treat transportation like if you're going to an airport.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, like, I just came back, again, from international travel. And, like, anytime I go to a plane, I'm always, like, at least an hour early. Just because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know if the plane's going to get there early. You don't know if the plane's going to delay. You don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
So I'm always there at least an hour early. Even when I had a fucking 9-hour layover in LA.
Oh.
So my friend Kathy came to pick me up and we went to lunch and stuff. But even then, I was still there, like, an hour early. It's like, just be safe when you're traveling. And because you don't want to be stuck, man. Yeah. That's one of my greatest fears, like traveling and just being stuck in a place that I'm not too familiar with. I mean, if I get stuck in LA, I'll be fine. Yeah. But, like, if I went to, like, I don't know, fucking Minnesota.
Yeah, you live
like, I don't know what to do.
I'd
be like, oh, All the people from Minnesota.
You know no one
How are
there.
you?
Yeah.
You live, breathe L.A., Belfort.
I mean, kind of. I guess. I don't know. I guess it's always just been my lifestyle. I mean, I go all the time just because my family used to live out there. So it's just, I guess, the style that I'm used to. I don't know.
I stayed with you in LA before.
You did?
Remember that?
Yeah. I think
That was a
my first
last
apartment.
minute trip.
Why were you up there?
Disneyland. I got free tickets to Disneyland.
Yes, it was you and
my friend Alyssa.
That chick.
Yeah.
The redhead.
Yeah.
Well, she had red hair at the time because she died.
She doesn't anymore.
Boo.
But
Alyssa had dye her hair again. Yeah, that was fun. That was a lot of fun.
But again, there was a plan.
Yeah, no, there was something to go. There was a goal, and you guys achieved it. That was a fun trip. I actually really liked that trip.
Yeah.
Have you seen Infinity War?
Oh yeah, no. Lauren and I, when she came down, to visit me, we went to LA the day after she got here. So we went to LA and we watched it at my old work. So,
okay.
Because this is where they had like the premiere and everything.
Oh, nice. Okay. Did you watch the premiere?
No, I didn't. No. We didn't go to the premiere, but no, we watched it in the place that held the premiere.
Oh, okay. Nice.
But yeah, no, it was a good movie.
I'm not. I mean, I love the movie. I'm not sure if, we could talk.
No, we can talk about it now.
Okay.
It's on DVD and everything.
Nice.
And the people who want to watch like Marvel movies have watched it already.
Yeah. True. Like they say, like what they like made billions of dollars, and if they hit billions of dollars, people have watched it.
Did you hear about that guy who watched it like 45 days in a row?
What the fuck?
He watched it every single day for 45 days.
For what purpose?
Because he just liked the movie.
He needed to find the plot holes?
I don't know. Listen, there are some plot holes in that movie, and it drives me insane.
Illuminati is trying to solve something, some puzzle. But
I mean, it's a good movie. The one thing I will give it the best credit for is it is so fast paced.
Mm-hmm.
Like it moves left and right.
Yeah. No bullshit.
Yeah, no, that's the one thing I really, really liked about it. I was like, all right, this is cool. Like, even, like 50 minutes in, you're like, this feels like the beginning of the movie.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like not a lot has happened, but so much has happened.
Yeah. That's what I like about what they did with Spider-Man Homecoming. Like, they're like, all right, forget about how he got the Spider-Man powers and, the whole spider biting thing.
You already know the story.
Yeah.
It's all like Batman and Spider-Man don't even know their origin story. Everyone knows it. Someone died and they're miserable now.
Someone died. So yeah, it was just like cool. Like Marvel's doing a good job on that. I'm really excited for Captain Marvel.
Are you? Do you know anything about Captain Marvel?
Not as much as I should.
So this is my thing. I think this is the reason why I am so passionate about Marvel movies and why I criticize them so much. I give them credit because they understand how to appease a general audience. People who don't necessarily know the character's backstory or anything like that. And they are able to incorporate a new version of that character for people who have never seen it before. Mm-hmm. The only thing that makes me upset about the fact that they announced Captain Marvel is that they ruined the end of Infinity War.
Huh.
Because for me, one of the biggest faults is the fact that we already know Captain Marvel's coming out. We know that Spider-Man is coming out. We already know that
I didn't know that.
Spoiler alert.
Spider-Man's coming.
They've announced like 4 other movies that are going to be coming out.
Yeah.
Because of that, you already know that the character deaths at the end of Infinity War, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So, to me, that's such a big punch to the face because it's like, yeah, they died, but I mean, we're getting another movie of those characters. Or like Guardians of the Galaxy. Granted, there's a whole hiccup with that because there's a ton of drama, but like even still, they have those plans in the works. So to me, that kind of takes away from the impact of the movie. Yeah. And at least for Captain Marvel, you know it's a time travel movie. Therefore, the next Avengers movie has to be time travel.
Yeah.
That is true. Yeah, like there's someone told me like I know who are all the characters are going to be in the Infinity War. I'm like how do you know? Like I haven't seen any secrets. I'm like you just got to look at their contracts.
Yeah, no, that's seriously all it
basically.
is. I mean, like Chris Evans, I think only has one more movie under his belt.
Yeah,
and that's the last Avengers movie.
Yeah, but if you follow the comic book series, that's how it should be.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Again, that's the thing. It's like there's so many. All these stories already have an ending, and you kind of know what they are already.
Well, the people who are knowledgeable in the Marvel Universe know those stories.
And that's why I give Marvel credit for putting these stories out for the general public. That way they can enjoy it, because they are great stories.
Yeah, but everyone's going to be pissed anyway when he dies.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just going to be like... I'm just going to look at him and be like, yeah, he has to die. Like, come on, people.
Like, guys, like, secrets are in the books.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, spoilers?
Read the comics.
Yeah.
For those who are non-comic book readers... Yeah, he has to die.
Yeah, no, it's we'll get there. It'll be emotional for everyone, and everyone will talk about it.
Yeah,
and then there'll be another Captain America in like 5 years.
Yeah,
where it's like way in the past.
Yeah, and then they're just gonna reboot the entire universe, do it all over again
with better CGI.
But speaking of comic book stuff, I'm actually super excited because so I talked about this a while back, like probably back in December of last year. DC Warner Brothers are launching a DC Universe exclusive streaming service, and it comes out this week. It comes out on Friday, and I'm so fucking excited because it has all of the original like TV shows, all of the movies that have come out. It has comic books. They're going to be doing a monthly comic book rotation. So if you guys have never read comics or anything, they will give you like the first 40 issues of like Batman. Or the first 40 issues of Superman, like of the OG very first issues and stuff like that on the service. They're gonna have all the TV shows like Gotham, Flash, The Arrow, and they're also doing exclusive series like Teen Titans. Well, they call it Titans.
Are they gonna bring back gargoyles?
I love gargoyles, man.
I'm gonna need it in my life.
Oh my god, I am so surprised they have not rebooted that series yet.
Right?
It's so good. Actually, speaking of gargoyles, my stepbrother a while back got like the Gargoyles board game. So last night? No, 2 nights ago, we ended up playing it, and it's such a fun game. I love Gargoyles. Have you ever seen Gargoyles?
I've seen Gargoyles, but I never like grew up with it. And I know there's like I think there's 2 of the Gargoyles, and then there's like that big main gargoyle.
There's 4.
There's 4.
There's 4.
You have
okay.
Goliath. You have Brooklyn. Oh my god, they have a dog. The dog's name is Bronx. And then there's Lexington.
Oh, okay.
So those are the 4 main ones, and there's like a female Demona. Alexander.
Are they like, do they just protect the city?
Yeah,
or?
so they protect New York. Because like it was like millions of years ago there was put a spell on them, which makes them turn to stone during the day, but then at night they're able to fly.
Nice. Oh, that is a cool concept.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I know a lot of people. I actually follow it on Tumblr, and like, there's a huge community on there that's like, bring back gargoyles, because I never knew it was a Disney thing.
Yeah, they need to bring it back.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to see a live action gargoyles.
Dude, that'd be dope. That'd be crazy looking.
That would be insane because I know how the characters look.
Yeah,
that would be insane.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Yes. Do it. Come on, Disney. You have the money.
Get it together.
Trust me, you own everything. Do it.
Actually, it was a really good movie that I watched once here and then once in Australia and twice here. It was Mission Impossible Fallout.
I have not seen it yet.
You a Mission Impossible fan?
Yeah. How would
Are you?
I don't have like it's like neutral. Like I'll watch it. Like I went there was one time I was like binge watching Mission Impossible because like I didn't start watching it until like last year, honestly, to tell you the truth.
Yeah.
So I started from the first one to like I think the third one. It was the farthest I got because they're all on Netflix at the time.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh.
This was last year. I don't know.
Okay. Might not be.
No, and I like them. Like they're really actiony, and like you try to. He gets out of like
impossible
like,
scenarios.
Yeah. So that's like why I could see like why people would like the movie. And I hear a lot of people just giving him shit, like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Yeah, I honestly don't really get it. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I'm not obsessed with Tom Cruise, but I'm also like, he's a great actor. He's a great producer. Like, I don't think I've seen a Tom Cruise movie where I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's
true. No, that is
something
true.
a lot.
Yeah. Like I think the only thing they make fun of him is his height. I'm like, oh, he's 5'7". Wait, I'm 5'7".
Yeah, no, it's like that and like the whole Scientology thing, but it's like, yeah, but like take that away. I mean, he doesn't seem like the worst guy in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm pretty impartial to Mission Impossibles. I mean, I can watch them, but I'm not like,
Yeah, you're not.
oh my god, you
got
gotta see this movie.
Yeah, no,
I was also raised in a household where they watched the original Mission
the
Impossible.
TV show.
Yeah. And so that they don't really
no,
carry their weight.
Two very different things.
things.
The show's actually really good.
Yes.
It surprisingly holds up, not amazingly,
Yeah.
but it's decent.
Yeah,
even now.
and you can watch them now and just...
Yeah, because I started doing that once I knew that Fallout was going to come, so I started streaming. Because there's like 8 seasons of Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
So I think I made it through 6 seasons before I watched the movie. But the movie was awesome. Just the fighting choreography is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think, honestly, the biggest thing for the movies that I'm really interested in are the stunts. The stunts
yep.
fucking blow my mind. And in this new one, holy shit. There's so many practical stunts that I was shaking. I was like, when I was watching it, I'm like, why would you ever do this? Like,
Oh my god.
I can imagine their insurance company just being like, no, like you're an imbecile. Like we're not gonna write this off. Like
We can't afford a new body for you.
yeah. No, if you guys get the chance, I recommend seeing Mission Impossible. I'd probably recommend seeing Rogue Nation before Fallout, just because there's a character storyline that is pretty important. But if you choose not to, you're not going to be too confused because they kind of explain it.
Yeah. How many are there? Are there 5 now?
There's
There's 6.
You better
So you have 1, 2,
catch
3,
up.
Ghost Protocol, Rogue Nation, and then now Fallout.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
Pretty good.
Yeah. A lot of work I have to do when I get back home then. For sure.
Yeah, no. There's always something that people need to watch or anything like that.
Yeah. Speaking of watching, I got into Black Mirror. I just started watching that last week.
They're on season 3?
Maybe,
2?
I think.
So,
I'm not gonna watch all of them. I only watched like the ones that were like based off of like kind of video game-ish, like the really super sci-fi ones, like the one where the guy tries like the scary VR thing, and
because they're all like independent stories, right?
Yeah, apparently, like they say, like if you follow them like in the correct timeline order, they do have some sort of
There's some overarching thing.
Yeah, but it's like Twilight Zone, modern Twilight Zone, where all the shows episodes are independent from one another, so you don't have to
Watch them in order.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten into it yet. I know a lot of people talk about it. I might get into it. I don't know. I don't think I really have an interest to watching it.
Yeah,
but we'll see.
I don't know which episodes with the recall, but there's some video game ones I think you will love to watch. Like there's another one where this guy takes like these DNA samples of his like employee workers and put them in the game, and
that's interesting.
Yeah, and the employee workers don't know about this, and they're living off their normal life, but the clones that he makes in the game, they still have like the same like thought process as the employees, and they're all freaking out like, why are they in this game? You know?
Oh, that's crazy. So it's like they're self-aware AIs essentially.
Yeah,
they're like, why are we here? What is this? Like, oh man, that would drive me insane. So could you imagine like just that instance?
That's like Westworld.
Yeah, it's just like Westworld.
Yeah.
Have you seen Westworld?
Ooh, you should watch Westworld.
I'll say the first season, pretty good. Second season, not that great.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the first season that gets you.
Yeah, the first season is pretty good. I
Within
cannot stand
the first episode.
Yeah, I cannot stand what's her face? The blonde chick.
I don't like her that much either.
I've never liked her in anything I've ever seen her in. The two things I hate her most in are Wake Me Up When September Ends, the video. She's a stupid girlfriend, and I just don't like her face. I don't know. That might just be what it is. And she also plays Lucy in Across the Universe, which is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I can't stand her acting. I don't even know her name. She's not worth naming. Anything else? I mean, Westworld's really good. Have you caught up with Game of Thrones?
Game of Thrones? Dude,
I
don't
can't
think
watch
I
Game
ever
of
will.
Thrones.
Dude, either can I. I've caught up because me and my girlfriend watch it. it is such a rough show to go through.
I can't watch it. Like, I
Why?
can't
Is it just-
stomach it.
Oh, okay,
Do you know what
okay,
I mean?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's just
yeah.
one of those things where you're just like,
Is it too
it
gory?
just makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
and that's
And I don't normally,
Oh.
I don't tend to watch like things that make me feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So right now the only thing I'm watching is Castle, but I mostly watch like YouTube and Twitch streams. Like that's mostly what I do.
Yeah.
Or podcasts and things like that. I just like the talking.
Yeah, you like
Yeah.
more of the personality, like
Yeah.
the personality, focused entertainment. That's the way I am. I mean, like the only things I really watch are mainly like on HBO because I have HBO, and then occasionally like mainly the DC stuff. Like I'm a huge DC fan, obviously,
Yeah.
so I watch all the DC shows.
Yeah.
But other than that, like I only watch Rooster Teeth stuff, because they have their own platform. I'm honestly, I refuse to watch stuff on YouTube right now. I don't agree with the way that they treat their content creators. I don't.
I think the only thing I go to YouTube for right now is conspiracy theories. Like, that's mostly what
I
I'm
like
playing
those.
in the
Yeah,
background.
That's fair.
Friggin' BuzzFeed has a really good conspiracy theory show
Nice.
that I like listening to.
I read a lot of BuzzFeed articles. I just don't watch their YouTube stuff. Honestly,
Yeah.
the
You
only
should.
thing on YouTube that I do watch is Good Mythical Morning with Rhett and Link.
Mm.
That's just because I can't watch their content anywhere else. So I'll only go there just for that.
Well, I watch Philly D.
Well, I would say I watch his stuff on Facebook.
I
and
only
stuff.
watch Shane Dawson's conspiracy theories.
Oh, gosh.
I can stomach some of his content, but not all of it.
Yeah, I watched Shane Dawson like when he first started,
Mm-hmm.
but I fell off that train really fast. I mean, I know he's a great producer and stuff, but
His stuff now has no comparison to what he used to do. Which is nice,
yeah,
but,
I haven't kept up, so I honestly don't know. But because like in terms of like the early YouTubers, I mean, like Philly D, I've watched him forever.
Yeah.
As well as Jenna Marbles. Like I watch her.
I
stuff
watch
for
her
a long-
podcast
Yeah.
with Julian.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, every
so
Monday.
Good. So
Yeah.
good.
Mm-hmm.
I only watch Video Game Donkey, H3H3, and like do-it-yourself videos.
I haven't gotten to H3H3, but I hear
I hear a
great,
lot about it.
I
Yeah,
hear great
good
stuff.
things.
They're like the nice like papa of YouTube, I think, because like they understand like YouTube is being shit right now.
Yeah, no, that's the biggest thing. Like it's
To the content creators.
It's so weird, and I guess it's also just us growing up
Yeah.
that all of the older the older YouTubers are really getting shafted by their content, but like all of the biggest YouTubers, one, are totally against all of the terms of use for their website,
Yeah.
and had just make shitty content. Like it's just not good.
Yeah. It's because I think most of like the YouTube community is like little kids too.
I mean, it's a wider audience. Honestly, it's a wider audience than you think. Because
Yeah.
honestly, for the longest time, I also had that mindset that a lot of viewers were younger. But
Yeah.
honestly, like most of the viewership are ages between 17 and like 30.
Oh wow.
So it's like people like us are watching this content, and it's mind-boggling because it's like a combination of.
That question's me. I have a lot of questions.
No, I know
man.
it's really really bizarre because then it's also like you're also thinking like different advertisements and like people that are like, or at least with the algorithm that are saying like advertisements are not friendly on like Philly D's stuff. Like
Yeah.
he hasn't been getting ad
All
revenue
because
on
he's
his stuff.
talking about political posts. They just
Yep.
nix it all together.
Yeah.
As soon as
Even though he's a central body for
Yes.
giving that political.
I mean, that's where I
Right,
get
you
most of
know?
my information is from
Yeah.
Philip DeFranco because
Yeah.
he's so
Philip
neutral
DeFranco is
with
Neutral.
all of his stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
the reason why I watch it. Because yes, he'll give his opinion very vaguely, but it's not the focus of his stuff. And it's
Yeah.
like he just gives you the information. It's like, what do you guys think? And that's probably my best thing about that is like being able to have that open communication with Philip. I hate it because like everyone says Philly D, and then I get all jumbled. But like that's one of my favorite aspects about the way that he runs his show, and even with like the people who work under him, it's a lot of fun to interact with them on Twitter and stuff like that. Because if there is a big news story, there's opinions that are being brought up, but a lot of it is just information, and I think that's one of the most important things. And he also tackles that a lot. He focuses solely on the information.
I also love that they started doing the behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah,
the vlog style. I love that. I
'Cause
love
it
seeing what
makes
goes
it-
into making that show.
yeah, because there's a lot.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I've always loved about production is that people don't realize how much work goes into something.
Mhm.
and especially something as simple as Franco. Like it looks like it's just him in front of the camera, which it is.
Yeah.
But they don't realize
researching.
all the researching, the editing that goes into it, how fast things need to process, and everything like that. So it's really cool. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's on their second channel, right? The vlog stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think it's Philip DeFranco 2. I might be wrong. Just look up Philip DeFranco vlogs, you'll find it.
Yeah. No, I love, because I do have to get my like political news somewhere, and some of it I'll just like listen to like podcasts from H3H3 because they used to do a lot of reaction videos, and they were entertaining with that. They were great, and they were like critical.
Well,
with some
didn't
of the videos.
they had that whole scandal with
they had
YouTube,
a lawsuit.
Right?
They had a lawsuit pinning against them because they did a reaction video on this other video of some dude, and the dude said like, "Oh, you didn't use my video without permission," and I don't know.
Yeah, because that was the huge free use thing that was going on, and I remember that. Because I remember that's what HD used to be known for.
Yeah.
Right? Do they still do that type of stuff, or since then have they kind of changed direction?
Like they've done they still did other reaction videos after that one, but then they stopped doing reaction videos. I think their YouTube they went more on podcasting. Like they do YouTube Live, and they put like highlights of their podcasts on YouTube. They used to do their podcast off of Twitch, which I miss. I'd rather have them be on Twitch because like people like you see a bunch of chat, like it's just more interactive.
Yeah. That's the one thing that, because I know YouTube did try to do it with YouTube Gaming, and I know they're still trying to do it with some new iterations that they're dealing with. But I think Twitch one has the senior on top of YouTube, considering how old they are right now, with how well the interface looks in terms of having a community to be able to chat on the live stream. I just think their system is a lot better than the way that YouTube has it. So I honestly don't think, and I had a conversation with someone when YouTube Gaming was coming out, where they're just like, "Oh, YouTube Gaming is going to take over the industry and whatever." Twitch is going to stay for a very long time.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I'm on the site right now, because it's a very solid website. I never have issues with it. And I wish there were more content creators, at least for the ones that were on YouTube, would switch over to Twitch, because you can even post like pre-made videos and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You can make pre-roll videos for your stream if you're not there. Yeah. So I mean, that's stuff that I have on my thing, where if I have a video that's saved up, I can just put it on my stream and it'll play for people even if I'm not there.
And they can still interact.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They can still come by and have fun and talk to each other, even if it's an older video. And that's one of the things that I really like about it.
See, I don't use Twitch to watch game streams. I watch art streams.
Oh, see, and that's cool.
Like I watch Daily Jazza, or Draw with Jazza. He does every Tuesday nights. He does one. And then I watch Bailey. She does a lot of art stuff. And then Adobe used to have this page where they would let an artist take over their channel that week.
That's cool.
So you got everything from like watercoloring to Copics to digital art to all of it, and
that's awesome.
I love that kind of stuff.
And that's one of the things I really liked, and I think it was maybe 2 years ago that Twitch implemented the creative stuff for streaming. Because then it's like you also have musicians who are like creating music. I think there was Deadmau5 like broke Twitch for a day. Yeah, because he was creating something. Like he created like 4 songs in a row and then just scrapped it.
Yeah, no, it's crazy because Deadmau5 he plays a lot of like players I know, and I follow him on Twitch too. I don't watch him that much, but like he's always playing PUBG, and he will get like at the most like 600 if people, or I guess 800. I don't know, like, but it's like 600
only.
Yeah, only. But like as a big person, like it's kind of like well, it's actually quite a lot. But
in terms of his popularity in the music industry, it's very different in terms of what he's getting on Twitch.
Yeah, but when it comes to him, like IRL with his like music studio that he has in his home, people jump in.
It's fucking nuts. His studio is so big.
Yeah, it's. Oh, I saw
Dude, his
Linus Tech.
soundboard is like as big as this wall.
Yeah, and then
my
he has like a
God.
bunch
Yeah.
of like vintage keyboards that he just buys. Because you have to have vintage keyboards to kind of to play the sounds that like
Yeah,
digital.
Because digital can't mimic the way that certain
Original.
vintage sounds, because just that analog and digital, that's a whole podcast that I
Yeah.
could go on about.
To-
Completely different.
To me, if I was ever in a studio, I would not know what to do. I would
I
not
got
where
you.
to start.
See, and here's the thing: like, as someone who knows, I would just put a microphone in front of you and just be like, just go. Like that's what you would be.
That's all you would have to
Yeah,
do.
it's alright.
And so yeah, he's amazing when it comes to IRLs. I think he even did like streams on his car. You know that like what's it called, that Pop-Tart cat? I forgot what's it called.
Oh, Yin Cat.
Yeah, Neon Cat. He has a like a Lamborghini with the Neon Cat
That's
on it,
awesome.
and like he just drives around. He's a nerd. He's
Yeah,
a geek.
he totally is. Like,
Yeah,
and that's one of the things I appreciate Deadmau5 as an artist. I don't like his music, but I appreciate him as an artist because he is very talented, multi-instrument talented.
Yeah.
But I just wish I liked his music.
yeah. No, like he even
He deserves that much
Yeah,
from
he
you, Balfour.
deserves me to like his music, but goddamn it, make better music.
yeah I haven't seen like any videos of his like recent like tour, but he said like it was all going to be like, I think I mentioned this like last time, like it was going to be all orchestra, like he's going to have like
yeah, we did
orchestra
talk about that.
people.
Yeah,
And I don't know how that goes, like how did that went. I know like they had Deadmau5 on H3H3's like podcast,
Mhm.
and they were talking about it. Like, yeah, he says like, no, we're gonna do it with an orchestra.
I mean, I can see it working because I'm pretty sure if he were going to do that, then it would be more. It wouldn't be his older stuff. It would
Yeah.
have to be new stuff
Newer.
that he incorporates with it, which I
Yeah.
can totally see him doing. I know he did a song with Korn, and that's like the only thing I like by him. And it's like Korn wrote the song, but it was co-written. But no, I could totally see that working with orchestra. I think it's really cool when you can combine electronic music with practical music.
Yeah.
It's a really cool
It
combination.
works well.
It does. It does.
work well. Lindsay Sterling being a good.
Oh yeah,
That's a
Lindsay
very good
Sterling
example.
and Evanescence right now
Oh my
together
God, yeah.
is so good. So good.
I was super excited when they announced that
They
last
were
year.
gonna
I was
tour.
like, damn, that's fucking cool. I mean, like, Lindsay Sterling's the reason why I fell more in love with violin in general.
Electric violin.
Well, not necessarily electric, but just violin in general, because for a long time, it wasn't really a big thing to me. But then, like, once I started hearing her do, like, renditions of, like, Legend of Zelda, I was like...
oh yeah.
And it blew my mind, because she writes all of her own music,
Mhm.
so I was like, well, now you're just hot now. Like,
I also think like she does all of that, and she does dance on top of it, which is
her
crazy
ballet
to
and
me.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's insane.
yeah.
Because, I mean, I've performed a couple of times on stage, and I move around a lot, but that's with a guitar that has a strap. Like, I
Yeah.
can't fathom,
And
like...
she's just holding
Yeah,
it.
she's holding a violin, putting her foot above her head, like it's super like easy, and then doing a twirl at the same time, and probably doing a front flip. Like I don't understand how she
I
does.
can't multitask that much.
Yeah, it's
No.
insane.
Because like even like for you, Balfour, even I think playing an instrument and singing at the same time is a lot. Like I mean I can't do neither both or whatever, but like I would expect like holy shoot, like he has to think of the words and the beat. Like it's
I don't think I've ever thought about that, to be honest.
oh dang.
But
No, that's
now-
good,
but now-
that's good.
Yeah, but now that you're talking about it, I guess it is a thing where it's like I'm just so confident in what I'm playing that one, I know that I'll be playing it well, that I can just focus on my voice. Because honestly, like I focus more on my singing while I'm playing and singing more than anything else. Because
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident in what I'm playing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, just when it comes to singing, that's a whole other ballpark.
Yeah. Like I've done singing and dancing, like in musicals. Even that is like it's not that bad, but still like
You were in
adding-
musicals.
yeah.
I'm so happy you brought that up.
Me and Balfour
Like,
were in a
but
couple.
adding an instrument to the hand probably makes it super complicated. So yeah, props to Lindsay Sterling. But yeah, I was in in musicals.
Which one were you in?
I was in The Heights and Crazy for You.
Okay, yeah.
Those they're so
High
much
school
fun.
or
Like
college?
Pima college.
Pima.
College.
Yeah, no. Becky and I, my freshman year of high school, were in a music, or in a not a musical. It was a play called Remembrance Stuff.
Oh God.
And wow, that was fun.
Remembrance Stuff.
Yeah,
I haven't heard of that.
it's actually a pretty interesting story. It's essentially a story of
like high school kids' stories.
Yeah.
All combined.
Yeah. And they're just remembering different things from their past and stuff like that.
Okay.
It involves stage combat too.
Who fought?
Remember, I had to fall off the
You,
stage.
yes. That was that, and then I had that weird transition where, because like my character was talking about a birthday and something, so I had like a birthday hat on, but I had this weird transition where I had to take the hat off, go under the desk, roll forward, and then sit down. And I hit my head as soon as I did that one, like the day of performance, and I was like this half the time.
Remember when we took that to that drama competition thing, and I messed up the line, and it moved us through the skit a lot faster?
Yeah. There was that, and then I skipped over Chris's line.
Yeah. He kind of sat there the whole time.
Yeah, I was just like,
drama competitions, safe lesbians competitions, they're so intense, honestly. I'm going to tell you. It's just performing, but it's really nerve-wracking when you have people, judging you, and you have to try to outdo the rest of the people. You have to do,
Well, I also think it's one of those things where people don't understand it until you do it.
Yeah.
I know so many people who shit on the, drama department. I know so many people who are just like, it's fucking stupid. Why would you do that?
We did the group one, and then we all had to individually do our own one.
Yeah.
Because remember, me and Sam did that musical, and it involved choreography and dance. Yeah. Ooh, she was so mad at me when I talked to her.
Yes, okay.
I told her that I didn't want to do it. Ooh, she told me she would fail me if I didn't.
Ooh, Quintero?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, you guys
then she forced me to do
That's
it.
the reason why I was like, I'm happy to be in drama.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God.
No, she is ruthless. Love her. I still see her as a mentor. I still visit her and all that.
She's gorgeous, too.
She is gorgeous.
She's pretty, yeah.
But holy shit, she's ruthless. When I was in drama in my senior year, if we would mess up a line, she would throw water bottles at you. Or
Sounds right.
Yeah.
I loved her dance class that she held. Have you ever watched that dance class? They did theatrical numbers. So they did one from Chicago.
Oh.
And I so badly wanted to be in that class that I would ditch my other class to
Just
come
to go?
and sit in on her class.
I can't tell you how many times, and it wasn't for her, it was actually for Mr. Brown.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many third period classes I missed because I was just chilling in the art class.
Nice. Oh, I do. I remember Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown is so tight.
Yeah.
See, I never had Mr. Brown. I had Miss Michaels.
Miss Michaels
as an art
is really
teacher.
cool, too.
And I had her one semester, and then she bumped me up to advanced art. There was no in between.
Yeah, it was just like, all right,
go.
you're going there.
Yeah.
She says bitching a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she's like, this show is bitching. I'm like,
yeah, it is.
Yeah. And
I feel like that's very 80s.
Yeah.
That's a very 80s, that's bitching.
But she's very, stuck in the past.
Yeah.
But that's kind of her thing,
Yeah.
To me, it's just I never heard someone her age say that. And I'm just like, if I say that to a teacher, I usually would get in trouble.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it is bitching.
Baltazar, yeah, it is bitching. No, I think those were the fun aspects of high school. I didn't care too much for high school, but there's some fond memories, and those are kind of the few.
Yeah, I will tell you this: I wish I wouldn't have taken high school that seriously. I wish I wouldn't have it. I wish I would have done a little bit less stuff, kind of ish, and just more on kind of schoolwork, because I thought high school they put this mindset on you, the more you do, the more you're going to look good in college.
Yeah.
And literally, I don't think U of A even saw, what I did in high school.
No, they probably didn't. They probably looked at what your current GPA was and was like, okay, does he have the funds? Is he able to afford coming here? All right, he's able to.
Yeah, that was it. And to me, it's just like all these other kind of stuff that I tried to do a lot in, like kind of didn't
extracurricular and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wish I would have like chilled more, like relaxed. I wish I wouldn't have like run for president for some.
See,
clubs.
I was the complete opposite, and I just slacked off so much.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I
had 3 classes as a senior, and I had to have 3 filler classes because my mom didn't want to pick me up early.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So the first half of the day, I would have my 3 classes, and then in the afternoon, I would be the library aide because
that's all you. Really
that's all I could do.
Damn.
And
I had to take a 7th period when I was a senior.
really,
Yeah.
Oh, like to make up?
Yeah,
Jeez.
because I failed a semester of biology. Yeah, so I just had to do that, and I was like, all right, whatever.
Dang,
They
that
kept
sucks.
putting me in classes I didn't need. Like, they had those aid, or the Ames test.
Like prep stuff.
Yeah, but I had already passed the Ames, but because they couldn't put me in any other class, they were just like, here, go.
I had a weird dream like a few months ago where I was back in school, and I'm like, I think it was like in the middle of 4th period or something. And I stood up, and I'm like, how am I diploma? What the fuck am I doing here? And like the teacher just looked at me, he's like, yeah, I don't know, get out. And I was like, all right, bye.
Balfour, like when you took the Ames test, were you did you just like pass it like whatever?
Yeah.
Like, a lot of surprisingly, there's a lot of people like in my class that just weren't fucking couldn't do it. And I'm just like, you just write a story.
Well, see, here's my thing. It's part of the reason why I'm a bad student. I retain information very fast, and then I get bored just as fast. So because in school, typically like you spend a week on a certain amount of stuff.
Yeah.
I would read ahead, know it, and then just be bored in class because I knew it already, and I was like, whoa, there's still 4 more days, so what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And then I would just like dick around, talk to people, and then I get in trouble, and it's like, all right, well now I just don't want to do this, and then I wouldn't do the homework because I'm just like, nah, I could do that later.
Yeah. Yeah. And but I don't know. To me, it was just like Ames is not. For those who haven't passed it, I'm sorry, but it's easy. I'm sorry. Like I don't know. It was just something that was.
Everyone has different levels of whether education or they just might not be able to test well, and I think that's my biggest problem with standardized testing is just people. There's some people who just don't test well.
Yeah,
they may know the information, and some
it's like
people
unnecessary pressure.
Yeah, no, that's
you know
exactly
what I
what
mean?
it
Like
is.
what are you really using that for in the future?
No, absolutely. I mean, if you're not going into a certain trade,
if I want to
then
pass
so-
the Ames, don't let me take prereqs in college, okay?
Oh my god, dude, prereqs. Oh my god, don't even get me started. There's a reason why I left college.
Yeah.
Is the prereqs?
Well, it's because
So many.
It's like I'm not going to use them.
But also, like,
Yeah.
I learned that already. Like,
Yeah, no, exactly. It's like I don't know. Like, don't get me wrong. Again, we've talked about this many times on the podcast. School is very important. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going into a certain field and you know a lot of the information, you know the basics of the information, and you're required to take a course that is redundant, I don't understand why that is then a requirement in order for you to get a piece of paper that says that you are now qualified for a specific position, which you're not even guaranteed to get that position when you apply for something.
Yeah.
also, I don't want to sit in on the math class taught by a German instructor, okay?
Let me listen. Try to speak English, please.
Dude, no, I had trouble. I was taking dynamics this past semester. Dynamics is just basically like all the forces acted upon an object moving, you know. But it's physics on steroids. That's basically what it is. And the person who was teaching it was Russian, like hard, like core Russian. And it was just like...
Did they influence your vote?
No, it was just like... no. But it was like... he knew his shit. Like, he knew everything. He wasn't a bad teacher. It was just like, I can't, like, I don't want to listen to you. Like, I don't know.
No, I get you. It sucks too because it's like there are great teachers, but
Yeah.
it sucks because then things get lost in translation.
Yeah.
Essentially
You also
what
have
it
to
is.
filter that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, you
Yeah.
know? Like, you know how you learn the best.
Right, exactly.
The teacher that you have might not necessarily know how you learn that information.
And that sucks too because there's a lot of people in high school who don't realize that.
Yeah.
They don't realize that they learn a different way.
But also, if I'm paying $500 a semester, you better get your ass to be hands-on.
Yeah.
Okay?
No, absolutely. If you're paying for it, that's
No, true.
you're paying for the service.
Yeah, but like for this one Russian teacher, like he was cool. We had some funny moments where because we had to label like a lot of like the forces with letters, obviously. So it was like A,
it's math.
B, yeah, it's math. So we have like force A, force B, and then he was like talking about like a certain problem. Some dude raised his hand. He's like, "Do you have to like integrate force C? I mean, force E. Let's just say E." And the teacher's like, "What?" It's like force E. E as in elephant. And then the teacher's like, "No. D as in daddy."
That's awesome.
Like, I was just, everybody was laughing, and he had a big smile. Like,
oh, he knew what he was doing.
Okay.
He totally knew what he was doing. If he's smiling afterwards, after
Yeah.
the class is laughing, he totally knew what he was doing.
Oh yeah, dude. Speaking of which, in that same class, like last story in the class, I got in there. We started like doing all of our work. A police officer walks in, and they're like, "Can we? Is Baltazar Pena in this class?" Oh, thanks. And literally, like, everybody looked at me, and I didn't know why the police officer wanted me. Like, I was like scared shitless. Like,
Baltazar was like, "Oh shit, they found all my downloads from Reddit."
yeah. I'm like, please don't. Like, I still have school.
That's your worry.
Like, that
Guys, can I finish this class first?
And then, so literally, the police officer took me out to the hall, and before even like the classroom door like shut, the police officer like went like towards my face and said, "You left your car on."
Oh.
And I was like, "Fuck!" And so went to the parking lot, turned off my car. The reason why my car was on is because I forgot to take out the keys because I had my dumb ass headphones and didn't hear it turn off, you know. So
How do you not do the 3 pocket check?
like I used to.
I've definitely gotten out of my car without turning the car off.
I have a fob and I don't do that.
No, I'm not blaming you. Like, that was a stupid thing for me to do. There should have been no excuse for that. And then I walked back in the classroom. Everybody was just like smirking, like they heard. And then I met the police officer again, like somewhere in the cafeteria. And I was like, hey, like we recognize each other. And I told her, like, you embarrassed me in class. She's like, why? Like, they heard that my car was on. I'd rather have you say, like, hey, Baltazar, yeah, you're being prosecuted of all crimes against humanity. Like, I'd rather have her say that than, like, your car's on.
Your car's on.
Yeah.
You left your car on. I don't think I've only had one interaction with a cop, and that was when I was, like, 8.
Really?
Yeah, because I used to live at Mission Antigua, those apartments just down on Mission. And I was like hanging out with these like hooligans. They're like 13 or something. And there's a payphone right next to the pool, and they called 911. And I guess so. Like they hung up, and I was like, "Screw that! I'm going back home," because they just called 911.
Yeah.
So I sat down, and I guess the kids told them where I lived, and that I'm the one who called them. So like my mom had to answer the door and everything, and I was like,
I think we all have one of those stories.
actually, no, I take it back. There's 2 different times. So there was actually a time when I was living at the other house, and I forgot what my address was. So I had invited my friends over I asked my mom, and she was like, no, they can't come over. And I was like, fuck it, come over anyway. So they came over and my aunt who I was living with came home. Oh no, she didn't come home yet. But there was like a drug bust happening down like 2 houses down from me,
Ooh.
and my aunt messaged me saying, "Hey, I'm coming home early, so just letting you know." So I was like, "Shit, get out of my room." So I had my friends jump out my window because I wasn't sure where she was gonna be.
This story is going south real quick.
So they leave my window, and there's a cop standing right there. And he's like, what are you guys doing? And I'm like, well, they're just leaving. He's just like, do you live here? I'm like, I do, they don't. He's like, huh, what's your address? And I'm like, I don't remember right now. He's like, is anyone else home? And I'm like, yeah, give me a second. So like I walk to the living room where my aunt's just chilling on the couch, and I'm like, please don't hate me. Please don't tell my mom. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. And I open the door, and she's just like, what the hell did you do? And I was so embarrassed. I was so much in trouble. That was like the most embarrassing thing I've had to deal with. It's just having the cops assume that I didn't know where I lived because they didn't know what my address was. To be fair, when you're like 14 and a cop tells you where do you live, I'm not going to be like, yeah, at this address. I'm just be like, holy shit, there's a cop asking me where I live.
I was in property management for 3 years, so for a good solid 3 years, I was dealing with cops back and forth.
Oh, that sounds like fun. Yeah, one of my friends out in LA is she's a campus police operator.
Mm-hmm.
So like she's like the middleman between figuring out everything and that. So she has some pretty funny stories.
I've got some pretty funny stories, but legally I can't talk about them.
No, I've never had a serious interaction with a cop. It's always like been like really like type of moment. Like I think I already told you about like when a cop was trying, like these 2 officers were trying to look for someone known as the ninja. There was another one where like they were trying to find a guy with like with a missing hand and an eye patch. I'm like a pirate apparently. And then
they're totally fucking with you.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I can't.
They're like, this guy looks gullible enough.
I just can't take my cop experiences serious. For example, I'm not sure if I told you this one. One of my old, I had a PE teacher in middle school. His name is, I'm not even going to say his name.
We'll go Chad.
Chad, my PE teacher, knew him since middle school. Went through high school, graduated, and sometimes in my free time I go out and run around the park, because I need the exercise. It was late at night, like 11 p.m. at this time, and a cop car came in, and they said like, "Hey, have you heard anybody like argue around here?" I'm like, no, I haven't heard anything, officer. And literally after that, I was like, come on, Baltazar, you gotta know something. He said my name. I was like, what? And it was my PE teacher as a police officer. And I'm just like, the hell, dude? Like, the fuck, you're a cop? He's like, yeah, dude. I'm like, but you were my PE teacher not too long ago. He's like, yeah, I was undercover. And I was like... Which I think was bullshit because he had another buddy in the car and he was laughing his ass off. I'm like, first I thought like right when they drove away, I thought they like that was serious. But then when I thought about it, it was like his friend was laughing his ass off. I don't think he was undercover. I think he just got the job.
He might have just gotten the job.
Yeah.
That's
PE
awesome.
Teacher by day and cop by
cop
night.
by night. He's the real hero.
Yeah. So like that kind of like mind fucked me for like a good day or so.
You're still traumatized.
Yeah. So like I can't after that no more. I can't take my police officer like meetups, interactions, whatever serious. Just I can't
until they pull you over and then you're like, shit.
Yeah. Shit.
I've never been pulled.
I've never been pulled over.
I got pulled over just because I tried turning left onto a road. And the Hummer, when I saw him, he was on the far right lane. Mm-hmm. But as I turned left, he merged into the left. Mm-hmm. So I had to slam on my brakes because he merged as soon as I was turning in. And then a cop saw me, so I was like, that sucks. He's like, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, yeah, because I was trying to turn to the lane, and unfortunately I didn't see the car. He's just like, yeah, well, yeah.
I've never been pulled over.
But it was okay, because...
I've never been pulled over, but if I was ever pulled over, I would be the worst person to pull over.
Would you cry?
No, I'm one of those guilt-ridden people.
Oh, you're like,
if something happens, I'm just gonna be babbling my ass off, and he'll just be like, "You're good. Just get the hell out of here."
He'll be like, "Man, do you know why I pulled you over?" You're like, "I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. My foot.
Let me tell you something,
Yeah. He's just gonna be like, "Yep, just careful."
Yep.
Yeah. No, every time when I get pulled over by a cop, I mean, it doesn't happen. It doesn't happen
all the time. Like my Saturdays, it's all good.
Literally expecting a ticket, no matter what. I'm always expecting a ticket. Like, that's the worst that can ever happen. I think.
Not going to jail?
I mean, not going to jail. I mean, there's that. But, like, over, like, something that, like, because I went over a stop sign, there's no way I'm going to go to jail just because I ran it through a stop sign.
No, that's just a ticket.
Yeah, so I'm just like, fuck, I'm getting a ticket. There was another time when I sped up, and thank you, officer, for not giving me a ticket, for giving me a warning.
Just gotta be nice to them, man.
Yeah. No, I was just like, yeah, basically, like, biggest tip for you guys is just don't argue with the officer. Just don't argue.
Don't argue. Be honest. Tell them what's going on. That's it.
Yeah. Ticket, whatever. It's not the end of your life.
And I'll tell you, this is like I could have gone to jail, and I could have lost my car when I was in LA because I didn't change over my registration for my car when I moved, and it had expired. The tags had expired for like over 6 months.
Eesh.
And I got pulled over in LA, and there was 3 cops who had to pull me over, and I was on the curb and everything, and they're like, "What are you doing here?" Like, they're like trying to figure out what's happening. And at the time, my car was a piece of crap. Like, I had like stuff thrown in and everything. And I was trying to explain, I'm like, I'm gonna go visit my grandmother right now. And I was going up the mountain to her house.
Oh.
And I was praying. I'm like, oh, please don't leave your house. Like, please don't leave your house and see me on the curb. Like that's what I was praying. Yeah, like just please don't do anything. So, like, the cops were just like, what are you doing here? Like, I was like, I'm going to school here. My ID's in my car. My guitar's in the back. Like, I'm telling them all this. And they're just like, yeah, well, we pulled you over because, your license is expired. And I was just like, when was I supposed to switch it over? And they're just like, well, you're supposed to be switching over in 10 days by the time you move. And I was like, oh.
I hate that deadline.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if I can move to a new state, I'm going to give you 10 days, but you better get your shit together in that 10 days.
As well as move your stuff into your new place, have your job.
Utilities.
All that stuff.
Yeah.
So,
and isn't it in LA you have to, like, schedule going?
Well, you should schedule. Because if you don't, then you're going to wait, like, 4 hours in line at the DMV. If you schedule it, you'll only have to wait 40 minutes.
That's why I'm thankful for it. As bad as Arizona's DMV is, you go to one spot, and they give it to you.
Yep.
In Texas, you have to go to 3 different offices to get a license and registration.
That's annoying.
You don't have to do the admissions testing there. You have to take your car into a dealership, though, and they have to inspect the vehicle to make sure that it's road safe. Then you go to the tax office to get your tags and registration. Then you have to drive all the way across town to go to the DMV just to get your license changed.
Oh, what
but
the hell?
in changing your license, you have to provide your birth certificate, your social. Like, you have to provide all of that stuff all at one time. And the only reason they do that is because it's a border state.
Yeah.
But Arizona, that's how come Arizona's implementing that new law with the star.
Yeah.
It's the same as Texas. You have to provide all of that information again. But I told them, I said, I already went through that. Can you take the star from Texas and just put it on my ID? And the lady goes, it doesn't work that way.
No,
sorry.
that's annoying. See, and that sucks because I honestly would love to be able to move down to Austin one day. Because I love Austin.
Austin,
Texas
fun.
is amazing.
It's so fun.
Essentially, it's like the LA of Texas.
I think we've talked about this before too.
Yeah, it's such a fun city. But if I do, then I don't want to drive. Like, fuck that. I don't want to like.
I don't think you have to.
I
think they have like a free trolley that like takes you everywhere.
Well, I know they have trolleys.
Could take you everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, it could, but then that means I have to not be lazy.
Yeah. I've never used public transportation, like the
Ever?
bus, like the city bus.
I
Yeah,
had
never,
to.
or the trolley. I wish. Like I don't know how even. Like it's so
Wow,
sad,
dude.
It's so sad.
You should actually.
You should
That's
just
an
do
important
it.
skill
At
just to
least,
know.
at least go downtown Tucson and ride the light rail.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Just
super
do
easy.
that. Yeah.
Because like it's always me. The way how my head works is just like I will ride a bicycle rather than the bus, and it's just been like that ever since I was
I don't
little.
blame you for that actually, because honestly, you would probably get there a lot faster.
Yeah.
But I mean, public transportation is good.
Cheap,
One,
too.
if you don't have any transportation
Yeah.
means that public transportation is awesome.
Yeah.
Tucson's not great for public transportation, but like going to LA's public transportation is amazing.
Yeah.
Phoenix is good.
Yeah, Phoenix
Phoenix
is good.
is really
Phoenix has
good.
really good transportation.
Yeah, for long distance, yeah, the bus, the trolley is good. For me, they have these scooters.
Downtown?
Yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
called,
They're fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's either
They're like light scooters or something like that.
there's two different brands. There's the Bird, and then there's the.
I think it's light. It's something
Yeah.
like that.
And I got I downloaded the app. I was like, oh, I never
It's
ride
fucking
one.
cheap, dude.
Yeah,
It's like
So-
cents
yeah. So
just to go down, like
it's-
going downtown.
It was $1 to activate the bike,
Yeah.
the scooter, and it's 15 cents per minute. I'm like, fuck yeah,
It's
I'm
totally
doing
worth
it.
it.
Yeah,
They go pretty fast too.
they do. Like reasonably fast. Like probably you could probably
I think
get there-
I think it tops at like 35 miles an hour.
yeah.
At
But
tops.
still-
At tops.
Still.
I know.
For
I
a
was like, it's a
scooter.
scooter.
Yeah. And so me and my girlfriend we were at Venice Beach. Like we went from Santa Monica Pier to Venice Beach, and we used the bus to get there, and we're with other friends and all that, and we're just checking out things. We you know how Venice Beach has the long trail
Yeah.
where people do
There's-
different
Yeah, there's always a scene in California in any movie where it's
Yeah.
just the sidewalk of a girl rollerblading down.
yeah.
That's Venice Beach for people who don't know.
Yeah. So we were like
Xanadu.
and we rented out longboards, like just riding down that sidewalk. But then Gio and Alex, the two of the triplets, were at the pier, and they had our keys to the house that we were staying in.
Oh god.
And I called Gio. I'm like, "Hey, do you guys have the keys?" And they're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, cool, because I need it. Are you guys coming to Venice Beach pretty soon?" They're like, "No, we're gonna stay at Santa Monica Pier." And then there was like a 10-second pause. Like I'm waiting for him to be like, "Well, we'll be there."
Yeah.
I'm just like, "Okay, I'll go there." So me, my girlfriend, we're like, "Okay," we didn't know. We were trying to figure out how to get there, and I was just like, "You know what? Let's just rent out a scooter." And on the app, it shows you where to.
Yeah, where to drop it off, where to pick it up.
Yeah, where's one at?
Yeah.
And we grabbed one. We found one. We're like, cool. We unlocked it. Me and her were riding on that small
Together.
scooter together, which was cute and adorable, but scary at the same time because there's people coming at us too.
Yeah.
And so we were just from Venice Beach to the pier, and honestly, one of the highlights.
Yeah, no,
of my
I can
trip.
imagine that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's an inconvenience because of the reason why you had to go.
Yeah.
But it's totally memorable because of the
Yeah.
way you did it.
And we got the keys, and it only took, I think, 15 minutes to get there
That's
too.
not bad.
With the
With the scooter.
Yeah, it would have taken a lot longer if we used the bus.
Oh yeah, it would take a lot longer,
Mhm.
especially with the way that traffic is down next to Santa Monica.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
hate it. When I was working for Riot, dude. I hated having to go to the offices because you remember where I live out in Glendale, right?
Yeah,
So going to Glendale to Santa Monica with no traffic is about 35 to 40 minutes. Going from
Yeah.
Glendale to Santa Monica at 7 in the morning when it's about to be peak hour, it took me an hour and 50 minutes
Eesh.
to get down there to the office.
Eesh.
Same thing going home when I have to leave the office at about 4 p.m. It would take me another 2 hours to get home.
Oh, dude, no, that's insane. That's a thing that why I appreciate. Again, back to appreciating Tucson. It's getting from one side to another of the city
Oh, it's so
takes
easy.
forever. I mean,
It's so easy compared to what I'm used to.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang. Dude, in Tucson, it takes.
No, that's
only,
what I'm saying. In Tucson, it's
Oh,
so much
okay.
easier than LA.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I strangely miss LA traffic because at least in LA, people could fucking drive on the streets.
True. Yes. Yes. they're more offensive drivers than
Yes.
defensive drivers. Tucson is just like, nah, I'm gonna wait till that car that's like half a mile away to pass by me so I can go cross the street.
Yeah, I know. It's
Oh,
like
and then
so
don't
bad.
incorporate any sort of rain at
Oh
all
my god!
in
for
traffic
real.
here.
Oh my god! People do not know what the fuck rain is. Like, it's so
It's
bad.
so foreign here.
Yeah, they're driving like 5 miles an hour, and it's like you can go 40, motherfucker.
Yeah, yeah. And like, when it was monsoon season, yeah, like I think the fastest I could have gone on the highway was like 45. That was the fastest. But yeah, there was people who were just like,
I was going 65.
Yeah, no, I've been on the freeway where it's like I'm going like 75 miles an hour and it's raining.
I've
You get
hydroplaned.
used to it.
Yeah, as long like you just
I think because
feel your
here
car.
it doesn't rain as much, and when it
Yeah.
does, you do hydroplaning a lot. But
Yeah.
like in Texas, rains every other day.
Yeah,
You know,
because you guys get those weird
get
like
used to it.
you guys get those sunny rainy days, right?
hmm
Have you ever
Or,
experienced
like,
that?
Yeah,
The
yeah.
rainy
So
It's bizarre. 'Cause
yeah,
It's like there's no clouds, but there's precipitation.
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Raining.
Yeah.
like it's sunny.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, again, Tucson, easy to drive, but slow drivers.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just it's slower
Cautious
paced.
drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Um,
it's also you get a lot of people because this is something that I learned because since we're by the border, we get a lot of people from
Sahuarito.
Mexico who also misinterpret the signs
Yeah.
because since over there they drive in kilometers rather than miles per hour.
Yeah.
So if they see 45,
True.
they're going 45 kilometers, which is only like 30 or 25 here.
Yeah.
So like they might think that they're right, but it's like get the fuck off the road.
Yeah. Like, even like my dad again, full like Mexican, even says like, get like when you see the Sonoran plaque, he's
Sonoran
like,
license
get
plate.
off, get off,
Get off the road.
Or at least get out of the fast lane.
Oh my
Yeah.
god,
Dear
that's,
God, get
that's
out of
what
the
sucks.
fast
Yeah,
lane.
move out of the fast lane if you're not going fast.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
I always even when you have to go around them, I always like
You
I always
look
have
at
to
him,
see
like I'm gonna
their
bad dog
face.
you, motherfucker.
I have to see the face of who's the slow ass driver. I'm like, who is it?
When I get pissed off because I do the same thing, I get pissed off when it's just an old person just doing this.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're doing that on the right lane.
You see that
Yeah.
slow lane? That's where
Yeah,
you
it's like
stay.
you move to the right. I know you want to be in the left. I know you're going faster than most of your friends, but go to the right. Oh god. No, but yeah, Tucson's interesting. Honestly, the one big thing that I'm really happy about is now that I'm able to do stuff like this now, is be able to bring people in for recording sessions.
Yeah.
That way, because before it's a lot harder when you're doing it remotely because there's so many factors that you can't really account for, like
Mhm.
internet and stuff like that.
True.
So
Speaking of which, like a project that I'm working at home, like what I said earlier is, because I'm starting to do like do-it-yourself
Mhm.
projects, and one of
DIY.
them is like, it's not like something small or anything like that. Like, I'm tearing down. It was the shed project I was talking about last time, but it got even to the point where I have to do more now, bigger, for good reason.
okay,
I have to take down this one shed that's all in the backyard.
so is this a separate shed or is this the one that we were talking about?
This is the same one, but there's another shed that I also have to take down. That I'm going to
How
take
big
down.
is your backyard?
Pretty big.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah, like that's why like we have space.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tear it down, redo the concrete, and like build it all new. But it's still gonna be a shed, and whatever is on this other one, I'm gonna move all the stuff into the newer one. The bigger shed that I never thought about tearing it down until my mother told me about it. She's that's going to be like a clubhouse studio.
Yeah, the thing we were talking about is
Yeah.
studio space.
Yeah, and I wish you would have told me earlier, because I would have worked on that one first instead of the small one.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I
You've already
wanted,
put so much stuff in there.
yeah, and to me, like, cause it's not built yet, like even the
Yeah.
shed, but still, like, I already started like tearing it down.
Yeah.
And because she had a good reason to it. She's like, I don't want them to go through like all the tools. Like Frankenstein's factory to get to.
Yeah, you want to be able to have a nice organized shed, have it easily accessible. That way, you're not going through a fuck ton of stuff and trying to figure out where things are at.
Yeah, and she said, I'd rather have like your little clubhouse out in the open, make it look nice, so when you invite your friends, like, it's nice.
That makes sense.
And so it's just gonna take a lot longer, but like
it's totally gonna be worth it though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be worth it too because I know for us we're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. So hopefully I can invite you in, and that way it takes it can fill the void that you don't have yet. Because at least for this year we're doing Extra Life a lot bigger than last year. So because we're gonna have it at Jonathan's house this year.
Oh,
so we have the actual space to do a lot more stuff.
Okay. I think we've talked about it last year when he was willing to like have his place open.
Yeah, because I mean I would have done it last year if I would have known what kind of stuff that we're going to be dealing with. Yeah, because this past year there was just so many factors that were against us, like the lighting for outside, the audio was a lot weird, and that was just like tests to see how big of a production that we can put on, and it turned out pretty well. Yeah. So, but this year we're going to go even bigger than last year. We have a lot of stuff planned for this year. So if you guys tuned in last year for Extra Life, we raised, I believe, $1,400. Oh shit! In total, after ending the year out. So this year our goal is going to try to reach $2,000 total. It's going to be held on November 10th from 6 a.m. Mountain Standard Time till Sunday, the 11th till 6 a.m. So it's going to be 24 hours, just like last year. It's going to be a week after the official Extra Life Day, because this year I'm going to be attending Tucson Comic Con, and because I'm creating a cosplay of my Guardian from Destiny. Ooh, so nice. Yeah, because I already made the little ghost guy.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, dude, that's sick. I admire how much how authentic that looks, kind of ish.
Yeah, I like the size of it. Like the size is like it feels like it would be in the game.
Yeah, that would seem like the right size of it. That is sick. When I saw that, I was like, lights make everything so much better.
So this is a little guy from the game that I always play. Yeah. So.
Oh, and I hope so. Like the big sheds, projects and all that, like they're gonna get super expensive. Oh, like material wise.
I can imagine. Are you gonna insulate it and everything?
Yeah. Mm. All the shed for storage, no. The
right. No, I'm talking about the So are you guys gonna put electric in it?
Electricity.
That's what's gonna be expensive is putting all those things prior and then finishing it off.
Yeah. Furniture is gonna be expensive.
Yeah, furniture will be fine though.
Yeah. There's the table that I want though. I'm gonna make. Nice. It's gonna be like one of them.
Are you gonna do a game table?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I gotta make mine before you do that.
Like, I saw it. It was just gonna be like a table with a flushed monitor.
You son of a bitch. I know what you're doing. Okay. I want to do it too.
Well, it has cup holders in the bottom. Yes, yep. I want to do that. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It just means I'm gonna have to use your table from now on.
Okay. No, exactly. Like, please use it. Like, I want people to I want to invite people in.
Well, hopefully you can join our D&D group.
Yeah.
And then we'll actually have a nice table once you finish it. That way we can play on.
Fuck yeah, dude. So. No, seriously, I'm not it's gonna happen. I just have to
No, yeah, you have to make it. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's gonna be fun. Because we're trying to start up our D&D game back up again, because now that I have an actual schedule, we're probably going to do it once a month. Nice. Or at least once every 2 weeks. So if you want to join in, just let me know, because then we can just make you a character and we can have you jump into the campaign and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll definitely have time for sure. I'll love to, if anything. Yeah. Another news what I was trying to say is I got a call from Raytheon.
Oh shit! Yeah. No way.
And so I'm hoping that I'll land a job with them. But
what was the call?
It was hey, you applied for this position. We saw your resume. You don't really have the associate's degree for it.
Looking for,
yeah. But I think the only they couldn't really find anything to find a reason why I should get the job. But they're like, but there is this one part in your resume where you've done. It's for the position was for professional like tester, whatever, for electronics.
Wow.
Yeah, and they said like from your recent job experience, like you said that you've done some tests like with electric motors and all that. He said like redo your resume because he's just a recruiter.
Okay.
And, like redo your resume and emphasize a lot like of the job description is, and just so the hiring manager hires you. Even if that happens, like there's still like a test that I have to take.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know, like which is something I'm nervous about. Like that's the
no,
only thing. So I hope I do good.
I hope you do too, dude.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you brought that because I have a colleague who also got a similar call. That's why I was asking. So I'm like, I kind of want you to get it over him. Just saying. Again, he's a colleague, you're a friend.
Yeah.
So, but that's awesome, dude. Raytheon, that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Huge thing. For those who don't know, Raytheon is
The number.
is it the number one?
It's like number one like rocket like
Manufacturer.
Yeah. For the United States.
Yeah.
And yeah, they work for the government, so like it's hard to get in because
My grandpa used to work there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Doing what?
My grandpa, well, he was on guard there because they're
Security,
heavily
nice.
guarded.
Yeah.
You know. But he got hired because he was originally in the Navy, transferred to the Army, but he picked up Apollo 11 when it hit the ocean.
Whoa.
So they carried it back, and he was in the Vietnam War, and he worked on Air Force One.
Dude, we you gotta interview him.
Yeah, I know, right? Oh shit!
What a holy shit! What a life!
Yeah,
like
picking
that's
up
crazy.
Picking up Apollo 13 or Apollo 11?
11.
Holy shit!
Apollo 13's a movie.
Yeah, that's right. Sorry. Because like Raytheon is just they hire a lot of because I did get a call from them before for manufacturing technician, just like assembly. I would assume, and they gave me a call and they're like, "Hey, we are so interested." I'm like, "Yeah, cool." And they're like, "All right, assessment test is on this 13th." I'm like, "Cool." They gave me a call again, like, "Hey, we got to move up your assessment test to the 20th." I'm like, "All right, cool, but dang, sucks."
Yeah.
And then they gave me a call like, "Hey, we have to cancel it. All positions are filled."
That sucks.
And yeah, I was just like, "Oh, why?" Because Raytheon has to like hire more, or get more applicants and positions because a lot of people don't pass the assessment.
Yeah, I was
or
the testing.
Yeah.
From what I understand,
Yeah.
people fail the test, and because of that, they need backup applicants in order to come through.
Yeah, and it's that. But what really knocks out most people is the background check and drug testing. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, like, because it's a federal job.
Yeah.
Because the assessment test for manufacturing, whatever, is just like eyesight. How well do you work with your hands, and a multiple choice question saying like, "Who are you?" You know, that's it.
Who am I?
Who am I? And so it's just like the background check and drug test.
Wow.
Yeah.
People feel that a lot.
Yeah,
That's
apparently.
weird.
Yeah. So
Listen, like I understand the use of certain things.
yeah,
I get it. But if you know
if you know
that there's going to be a federal position, like if you applied for a federal position and you know you're going to go and do this,
yeah,
don't do it.
yeah, like
do it.
like come on, you could be good for a few days.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
I know it's like a month with drug testing, but it's like come on,
yeah,
just be good.
if you once you put in an application to Raytheon, start getting yourself clean.
Exactly, just that's it. It's like because you don't want to chance it is all.
Yeah.
You can change your life.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
Because actually I don't want to share it. There was an incident like in my summer camp, which I don't want to say the name of it just because it's a summer camp that I really want to help out. But there was a lot of issues with drugs this summer.
Oh.
Yeah, and pertainly pot basically.
Okay.
Yeah, which pot, like, again, I'm pro for it. There's so many medical uses for it. It's great. I don't do it anymore.
I mean, my thing is like
Time and place.
yeah, no,
Time
it's
and
just,
place.
it's like alcohol.
Yeah.
Just the way I view it. It's like it's a recreational thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a thing that you have to have all the time unless it's a medical reason.
Yeah.
In which case that's completely different. But come on, man. Like so many states are legalizing it. Just make it federally legal.
Yeah. And
like one, it's going to be better for the economy anyway because people are going to be paying taxes on it because they're going to tax it like crazy. So it's like there's no downside.
Yeah.
Yeah, lay on that heavy in taxes and up on state taxes.
I'm more on the crime because like people like because when I smoke it, I don't want to do anything, and if criminals do it, then they don't want to do anything. Trust me, they will be happy with that. I'm not saying that only criminals do it, but like,
yeah, what you saying, bro?
I'm sorry. No. Like, don't put me on the spot. I'm sorry. But again, I just like it because it keeps people safe in their house. I
don't know. It's again to me, it's just like alcohol. Like, it's everything in general. Things in moderation. Enjoy it in small bursts, but don't let it become an issue.
Yeah. But like basically, what happened during this past summer is just people. They could do it on the weekend when they were not at camp, but there were some people that were doing it on camp. Where there's kids
like,
around.
Oh, so like these are like facility men, like
like counselors who are doing it.
Yeah, no, that's bad.
And that's why I don't want to mention the name of it because I don't want it to gain publicity, like bad like views. But yeah, it was to the point where because I had to get laid off because I accidentally ate an edible before I even started working there. And then I was working there like throughout like half of the summer, but then someone else got in an accident. They had to drug test her. They wanted to keep her in because I was in. And when they mentioned my name, they're like, he's still working here. He needs to like
that
leave.
Sucks.
Yeah. So to me, yeah, it sucks. But whatever.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like wrong place, wrong time, essentially.
Yeah. And then, but what was really frustrating me a lot was that there was people still doing it at camp, like during camp, and I'm just like,
and they're not getting in trouble for it.
They're not getting in trouble for it.
Bastards.
Because I was like one of my job was to take care of the counselors. Like I had a higher position.
You're like a lead.
Yeah, lead, and my boss, the director, he said, look, I want you can reapply again within 6 months, but they had to randomly drug test you. I'm like, no problem, whatever. And he wants me back as a higher lead as again. And I'm like, okay, cool. And then we started talking about like the pot issue.
Yeah, what was going on?
And we said like, yeah, we had to put some drug tests during this upcoming summer. Which it shouldn't be a problem for anybody. But yeah, shouldn't because like so in that case like we had to send out emails to everybody saying like, yo, start getting yourselves clean. There's going to be a drug test during this date and another one during this date.
Yeah.
Don't tell them a date. Just say it's random.
Yeah, just random. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, and basically, or like because we want to do a one like huge drug test with everybody.
Yeah. Then
after that, it is going to be random drug tests every week, and the way how they're going to do it is like they're going to put names in a hat.
Oh, that is random.
Yeah, that's really all right. That's fair.
Like because drug testing is expensive.
Yeah.
It's like $25 or $30 for them to like collect your piss. Yeah.
Why did you look so awkward when you said that?
Really
sorry.
Weird.
Baltazar's just like pee.
And so it's expensive if we like do it for everybody. So we're like 3 people a week in this hat. Draw. Yeah. So like even my name is going to be there. Even like my boss is going to be, his name is.
Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, like you shouldn't be on stuff when you're taking care of kids, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. That's like the first rule of parenting.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
like, just don't be on substances. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's frowned upon normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a bummer, dude, because I know you were like super stoked about working over there and
Yeah,
stuff.
dude,
so.
I know. Yeah,
I was super surprised to see you back streaming like not long
Early.
afterwards because I was like, motherfucker should be at work.
Yeah, yo, yeah, and yeah, dude, it was the saddest day of my life. Just like telling them like, yeah, it sucks. We were fighting for you to stay here, but you have to go.
Yeah.
now, like off this camp. I'm like, fuck.
Becky, have you ever been fired?
No,
Mm.
I quit a lot.
I don't think I've ever
Not
been
a lot,
fired
but
yet.
yeah, I've never been fired. Normally, I leave a job if it's not okay. Like I was working as an accountant at a plumbing company, and I had gotten pregnant, and my boss told me that that's not going to fly for her.
What?
So-
Excuse you?
Like I was kind of like, it's not something that you've got to say on.
Yeah,
but
it's like-
I ended up quitting the next day, and it was the only job that I've ever had where I hadn't put in a notice in.
Why wasn't
Wow.
she like?
It's
Okay.
because
I
I
don't
was
that's
just
also fucking illegal, though.
I was just hired.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I was working at a temp agency, and she had just bought out my contract with them to keep me on, and it's like a family-owned business, and it was like, you know, her dad, who's the owner of the company, loved coming in and talking about like outdoor activities and fishing, and like we bonded.
Yeah.
And then like me telling her that I was pregnant, it wasn't working for her, but it was like also something you don't really get a say on.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah, that was the
Yeah.
only job I ever just
Um,
up and left.
It's just like, it's like a basic human function.
yeah.
I mean,
But
dude,
it's
gonna
also
happen.
it's also on a federal level that's also illegal. To be like,
Mhm.
yeah, you're.
But I mean,
pregnant,
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't report it, you know, and I don't have bad feelings about like working there. You
Yeah,
know, it's
I get
kind of
that.
just when I quit, I was just like, I'm done.
Yeah, you're like,
Yeah.
Let's
bye.
close the door
Don't,
on it.
yeah,
What?
don't want to do.
Well, I thought it was interesting because like I didn't get fired from Red Lobster, but they just stopped scheduling me,
Mhm.
so they ghosted me essentially, which pissed me off because like when I was working there,
Oh, I remember you working
Yeah.
there. You served me one time.
I did. because I was a grill master at Red Lobster. And there was a time where I was working the back. It was me and one other person, and I think there was one or two waiters working that night or day, and we had 4 tables of 25 people come in all at the same time. And like I got in a
Fuck.
heated argument with my manager because the manager at the time didn't do shit. And I was like, your ass needs to get back in this line right now because there's 75 people. I can't do math. There's like 100 people right now who need to get served, and I can't do this all by myself. And like after that confrontation is when I stopped getting my hours and stuff.
Oh, dang.
And I was like, that's bullshit. I was
No.
so mad. But then I moved out to LA, and well, I got my job with Riot, and then I was like, all right, whatever. I'm getting paid like 10 times the amount I was getting paid anyway.
Nice. But like, still, I still think you had every right to like go off, especially.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I had no remorse for that. I was like,
Yeah.
you're a lazy piece of shit. Like, get your ass back here. I was so mad.
Ooh, wait till I tell you some of those property management stories.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
We'll definitely have to talk about that. But wow, we're coming up on 2 hours, so I think that's gonna be it for
No,
today.
that's fine.
That's
Is that
fine.
fine? You
Yeah.
sure?
Yeah. No, I want to talk more.
I mean, we can.
I got a foot rash.
Wow. Well, definitely
I'm
have to talk
sorry.
about that.
No.
But no, thank you guys for tuning in to this week's podcast. I'm really excited because, again, now that we have a standard schedule, the podcast will be coming out on every Tuesday. So please take a look at that either on the website or on Apple Podcasts. We'll be coming out with a new episode next week. Hopefully, either with returning guests or with some new guests. We're doing something different with the podcast, having some new faces, well, new voices, and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next week. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.